let's go back to last week's runners. Where did we end up?
Yeah, we only had the two to talk about. We obviously had Serious Deal scratched today from sale, and Matt's indicated Warrnambool next Thursday, so something to look forward to there. Wind back to Flemington, South Pacific. We were pretty bullish, but just didn't go to plan. For
what were your thoughts?
Not too much straight after the race. Obviously, he was slow away, and there was a little bit of thought that maybe he was held on to by the attendant. But anyway, I think he got to a nice position. Seemed to travel all right, and when the whips were out, he just struggled. But it was a disappointing result. But, you know, is there reasons? I don't know. What's your thoughts? I know we're only in the middle of winter. We're a long way from where we want to be.
I think the word comes to mind is shattered.
Yep.
You know, it's always the way when you've got short price favourites going into these long races and there's going to be no speed on. And
yeah,
credit to Johnny Allen, like he dictated the race. Our horse was sitting there cruising along, and you just thought, well, he's just going to wind up here and put him away. But from one stride to the next, changed strides and just found nothing. Look, I don't know. He's many lengths behind what he was doing in the UK.
Yeah.
Whether it's he hasn't acclimatised, whether it's the, you know, we had a lot of rain the night before. It was a soft 7. He's supposed to be a firm tracker. Whether he's not a sit sprint horse or he just is not as good as we thought. He just doesn't appear to be racing that well. I mean, his run before was okay because he ran third and got beat by Cinder Win, who's a good horse but no star. On his European form, he should be winning those by 6 or 8 lengths. He's a shadow of that form at the minute. Now, whether he can only hope that either he hasn't acclimatised or there's something there holding him back. And, you know, I think the trainers have got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I think the important aspect, he has ran well behind terrific horses in Europe. So you just hope that somewhere along the line that form bears out again. You know, like I said, whether it's because of acclimatisation or what it is, he has ran really well against really good horses in the past.
Yeah, so let's move on.
Yep.
Urgent. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Urgent. I don't know if that's a nice one to move on to, but she's a little filly that, look, from day one, she probably just is a maturity issue with her. Just getting some, she can have a bit of what I got around me girth. That would help her.
She's very thin. She's very light. I mean, obviously she had one run, got beat 10 lengths and didn't show a lot. She obviously hasn't been thriving in the stable, and Archie said that.
Yeah.
You know, so whether it's an immaturity thing or a temperament issue or just a plain lack of ability, it's very hard to know when you've got 3 or 4 things going on. So,
yeah,
you know, we're just at the crossroads, I guess, with the owners. You know, whether they want to put her out and try again, you know, in a different country environment, or whether they just want to move on, I'm not sure. But we're in the process of sorting that out with them now. And at the end of the day, it's the owners' horse. They're the ones paying the bills. We've got a small share, but, you know, it's just hard to know whether it's, you know, in 6 months' time she could be a different horse, or whether that's just her.
Yep. So in the meantime, she'll just have a little bit of time being a horse in a paddock until we get around what we do. That's it. So
sort that out.
Yep.
Runners. And we moved Whitemore on during the week too.
Yeah, 15,000 goes to the Northern Territory, where probably wouldn't be a bad life up there. 30 degrees plus.
Well, no COVID for a start.
Yeah.
No COVID, warm water, sun, pool. What's the downside? Yeah, it goes to Dick Leach bought it. He's bought a few off us. Had a bit of luck with Safety Dance and ran some money. And yeah, Whitemore will go up there. He's probably going to spell here for a couple of months and then head up there. And I'm sure there'll be a couple of well-known ATB legends in that horse up there that won't be able to help themselves because they love getting up to Darwin every year.
Anyway, good luck there. And
he won 100,000, that horse.
Yeah, it
sold him for 15. I was just trying to think the other day what we bought him for out of Tassie. It wasn't a great deal of money.
Yep.
I'm not sure if it was 20,000 or a bit less. So, you know, he only won a couple of races, placed in town, but he won 100,000, and we nearly got back what we paid for him.
And he was a good Super Vivus horse when we were winning, because he was picking up 6 or 7 grand there when he might have ran 3 or 4 seconds in a row. So, no, look, the owners wouldn't have, obviously this prep's been a bit different, but I'd say you'd be nearly in front of the ledger with a horse that wins 100,000 over a couple of years.
Ran a lot of placings, didn't he?
Sorry. Yes.
He ran a lot of placings.
20, I don't know how many starts he ended up with, 29, but I think he was, 2 wins and probably 13 or 14 placings. So he's a 50% 1, 2, 3 horse, which there's not many that do that. Runners coming up, Darren.
Definitely. Who are they?
We go to Caulfield on Saturday. A horse that was scratched last week was Mr. Moneybags. He's in a 1,000-metre race. John McNeil on, I'd say he'll get run off his feet, but it's just, we're at the stage with this horse where trialling him on heavy tracks, we're not seeing nothing. You're better off going to a race day. And he'll actually pick up money by going to this meeting because there's only about 8 in it. So you can trial and bring some prize money home.
Have I still got you there, or have we lost you?
We just had an internet connection unstable.
Just a bit of a technical issue. We're back now.
We're back now.
All right, so Mr. Moneybags, first up at Caulfield, was scratched last week due to the rain. He'll go around at Caulfield over 1,000. They'll be too nippy for him, but like you say, we can't troll him anymore. He needs to go to the races. Need to get a couple of good runs under his belt. He's a horse that probably won't fire until 3rd or 4th up.
Yep.
He's a 6-year-old now, Pete. He's won nearly $500,000. We don't know if his best is behind him or not, but we're coming into spring and, we'll give him his chances to do his job, and hopefully he can measure up.
Off the back of a prep where he never won last start, he did drop a bit in the rating system, which, that can be a bonus going forward if you can find that form. And I think that probably would have been his first decent break, as much it was enforced through injury. That could be a little blessing as well.
Well, we'll soon find out.
We will. Same day, but at a different venue, a bit further up north from Victoria, Tatura. Actually, where is Tatura? Is that north?
Shepparton. Northeast.
We've
only been there once.
We've got 2 horses there. We'll start with Sunbird, 1,100. Back from 12, where she led at Donald and was just overrun by a couple of handy horses on a Saturday. I think we were talking there, I can't remember, but there was like Bussard and Young, Ma, Price, the 4th one across the line. You go somewhere now and you're going to run into these trainers, so it's hard to win a maiden anywhere. But I think she gets her chance, and having listened to Mick Price, who I haven't heard give a pre-race for a little while, he was fairly bullish that she gets her opportunity on Saturday. Highlighted a David Hayes, a Ben Hayes Dabernig horse as the main danger on speculation, being a first starter.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting. She's ran some really good races without winning. I'm still not convinced she's an 1,100 metre speed horse, but I'm only a syndicator, mate. What would we know? But her pedigree suggests she could get further. So I guess we go to Tatura, and it's a tightish sort of track. So if he puts her up there, hopefully she can hang on.
Matty Williams is going off. You tell these bloody jockeys to sit behind the pace and they lead. Well, Dean Holland's back on, so redemption needed.
Took no notice.
Took none at all.
Matty Williams.
No. We've got Murrells up there on the grass, Darren. Now, she's had 2 goes on the synthetic, and we haven't seen a lot or very little. And we did ask the stable whether we can get a grass track gallop. She trialled really well at St Arnaud on the grass prior to her last run. Harry Coffey rode her, and Harry Coffey is on her from barrier 1. So from a point of view of at least, all right, I know a few owners asked, why couldn't we get Harry on? Why can't we go to the grass? Well, we're going to tick a few boxes from that point of view on Saturday. 1,100 metres.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Like, he tried her, she tried well on the grass, then we go to 2 disappointing synthetic races, which, well, I'm not a fan of. You know that. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
But it's a necessary evil at this time of the year. But you know, before you give up on a horse, you've got to give him a chance on the grass, I would have thought. And I'm pleased she's got a run, because I was a bit worried we mightn't get a run.
No.
And I'm pleased Harry's on it, because when he does get off, he won't pull no punches. He'll tell us exactly where we are.
Yeah.
Whether
and I mean, he can marry up what he felt in the trials, Harry, because he's been on her.
Yep.
Rotor is another one that was entered there. I'm not sure what happened and whether he got a run or not, but he's been also entered for Pakenham on Tuesday. No fields out as we sit here, 1,600 metre race. So we need to wait there. I'll know more tomorrow.
Been quite a while between runs.
Yeah, and it was that improved run at Echuca, which I suppose that'd be nearly coming up 3 weeks this weekend. So
yeah, it would be. Yep.
It's very difficult to place these 58s and 64s. It's just not the volume of races needed, I think, for the amount of horses that are in that ratings bracket. But hopefully we can get a run at Pakenham on Tuesday. Wednesday back to Sandown is where I see Collectible and Penthouse Playboy have both been nominated.
Penthouse Playboy going to Sandown.
It's a 64. It's a nice race, actually, over 2,400. Yeah, you know, you probably can expect there'll be a couple of nice horses in it, but he's fifth up. He probably can't get much fitter. He would have got bogged the other day over 3,100. It was a big ask. So,
I'm pleased. I think it's a good call.
Yeah.
Good call by Pat Ryan to go there.
Yep.
I'm quite enjoying Pat Ryan's updates on the horses. Obviously, I'm not sure if Pat's married or anything or what his situation is, but I think he's got a new best friend in Periscope.
He loves it. He actually rides it.
Home for life. A home for life. I meant to ask McNamara, does he still get on the back of one? Or, do you know?
I've never seen Matt on a horse. I've never seen Archie Alexander on a horse.
I've seen Archie on.
Have you? Yeah.
I've seen Archie going up the straight hill, but I meant to ask Matt.
I thought
all right,
Annie,
so
Annie Alexander did all the work for the Archie Alexander stable.
No, that'll get back.
And Collectible.
What do you think about Collectible? What do you think?
Oh, she's ready to win, isn't she? If she can draw a gate anywhere from 4 to 1. And
we're not going back to last, giving them 15 length start, are we?
If she can be in the first half a dozen and reel off similar sectionals that she has been, she's got to be. She deserves to win a race, Darren. Deserves to win one.
She ran in the last run where she came from last, and I don't know, she might have ran 4th or 5th.
4th, yeah.
There was one sectional there on the sectionals, because I went back and had a look. I think it was a wet track, and she's run 10.6.
Was that sort of about 400 to 200 or 600? It was one part of the race.
Just on the corner when she took off.
She made a heap of ground quick, and the poor bugger had to sustain it, which you can't do.
If she was midfield and did that, she'd win easy.
Well, she'd be hitting the front.
She'll win one of these. She'll win one of these at odds.
Yep.
But she just I just don't hope she's not going to be ridden out to get back.
Well,
I don't even know who's got on her. But I like the comment that, what did he say? He jumped out and she had no speed. And she was back last and he was actually holding her. And then as Jules reporter goes, she was restrained at the start. Don't these blokes know we watch videos?
I was going to say, just because we're not on course, I know they're going to get a camera thrown in front of them, but there's a big book, 101 Reasons Why You Get a Beaten Horse. I reckon it's about 201 now. And they know which page to flick to.
I just wish they'd tell us what they really think. Just say it's no good, it's got no speed, can't go. Just tell us so we know.
Exactly. And as we heard from Matt Kamani, Thursday, serious deal. And it's looking like, I mean, it's a tough one because Warrnambool's a heavy 9-10 every day of the week this time of the year. But it's a bit frustrating.
Just got to the point where he's got to get around.
Yeah, yep. And that's it. There's horses like Minotauri, which will be the weekend after. Obviously, one of our best sprinters, or our best sprinter's just gone back into work, serious suspect. Just trying to think of others. I've probably covered most of them. We haven't got a lot of work, but
No, there's a few pre-training that aren't far off going through, isn't there?
Yeah, the
Horses like
Hasseltoffs.
Supreme Thunder, Write Your Name, those sort of horses. Here, the Fox due to go back in.
An
Miss
Irishman.
10,000's not far away. An Irishman's going particularly well in the trials.
Nice trial the other day in the fog. They're the trials. They're the trials you like to hide when there's a heap of fog.
Well, I assume he ran second in that trial, did he? Just looking at the fog.
The dark colours, I presume that was him. Yeah. So he trialled up well, and looks like Archie's liking what he's seeing from Crackerjack Prince, some of the Crackerjack King stock. So that's exciting for the owners there.
Oh, good. And Paul Brushka's got a few babies up there. Hasanaki must be in somewhere.
She's another one that's next week. Yeah, and Out to a Mile. Well, she's
she's ready.
Based on that last run, she's sort of not far away. So there's a few horses that are running well. We just need to, like you said, draw a gate, get the ride you need, and the right race. Win a race.
Win a race would be handy. All right. What about lockdown tipping? What's happened, Pete?
So righto. So we had. Oh, geez, I can't remember the numbers. There was a few, but we're back to
we had 13 going into it.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. We're back to 3 that have actually tipped a winner each week, and then there's 2. This is the last time this rule will be used. That cop late scratchings. Actually, Mick Elder's had 2 late scratchings since the first week. It's the only reason he's still in. He's still in the knockout, but he's only got 4 points. So the names are Sue Idle, Mark Howley, and Simon Vaughan, all tipped the winner each week. And the exceptions and the exemptions are gone to Michael Hall and Mick Elder, who had scratching. So we've got 5. So we have a H, 2 H's, an I. No, sorry, wrong. We got 2 M's, 2 S's, 3 M's and 2 S's. I'll get it right. So we've got 2 letters that are playing the game.
Really?
Yep. M's
All
and
right.
S's.
Well, as you said, this week, if your horse is scratched,
see ya.
Bad luck.
See ya.
You're out, because I can't have someone winning this that only tip 1 winner in 6 weeks. And I reckon if Mr. Elder wins, I reckon the prize we should divide it by 4.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, because he's had a few chances.
I'll just give him $10.
Interestingly, we've got a couple that have been out that have got 9 points out of a possible 12.
This is in the overall comp.
Yeah, Karen Cohen and Clive Upton have 9 each. So, and obviously the 3 that have picked, the 3 winners have got 12. But you can see the situation where they all drop out, and someone from BO could be the overall leader at the end of this week. So there's still interest in the overall comp as well. So
what do you think? We still have over 100 entries last week.
Yeah, there was a few dropped off, but there's still good numbers. I reckon 15 or 16 dropped off, but there's probably still 110 or so involved.
So we've got 5 going in for the big prize.
Yep.
So what were those letters again? S and
S
M?
and M. S and M. M and S. Yep. They're the only 2 letters. So we've got a Sue, a Simon, a Mark, a Mick, and a Michael. So we'll see what happens there. I hope they're all about 40 to 1, all those letters.
A few S's went out last week on South Pacific.
We did warn them. Internet connection unstable again. Yeah, there was a couple of horses that knocked people out across the states, but yeah, it's funny when there's a popular letter and they find an odds-on horse, they're all over it. There was a couple last week.
I think I've picked this horse in Perth. Starts with D. It's ran 2 weeks in a row. It started $2.30 and $2.40. Both times it's been slaughtered. I don't care what it does now. I'm not looking at Perth.
There's no W. Pike. He's been in lockdown over here. I hear. Apparently he's out riding this weekend. So. Yeah, so
all right.
So that's where we are.
All we have, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't got too much more. Obviously, we had a little foal on the ground. I'll get it right. A deep field, not a fast net rock, as I was telling everyone.
think September, October, it just goes crazy.
Go silly.
There's 10 or 12 each month and a few in November.
So what's that, nearly
But
30?
once we get to September, we actually start, probably 25, I think. And then once we get into September, we're actually starting to get the mares in foals, so the sort of workload doubles. So
Doubles as well. Yep.
driving into all sorts of places and that I can get through to where I need to get these mares covered.
Yeah. We're just in and out a bit now, Darren, so we might have to really wind it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. We've been going an hour. All right.
I know.
That was really good with Matt Command.
Might have to break it into part 1 and part 2 of ATB TV, download purposes. But anyway, I'll see how it goes. But no, Matt was enjoyable. And
this went longer than the current affair, 60 minutes.
Yeah, well, anyway, it's all good. It's always interesting to listen to trainers in a situation where it's a social type chat. We'll try and get one a week for the next, we got 6 weeks at least of lockdown. We're through 1 week.
I think we might be going for 2 months, 3 months by the way it's looking now. Now they're talking about Ballarat and Bendigo and Geelong being in trouble.
Well, Marley's school had a case.
I see it spreading everywhere.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll try the likes Pat Ryan we'll try and get Paul Pruska and I don't know, Paul, if he'd know what a laptop is there out at Mackenzie Creek, but we'll see how we go. Interesting change of rider on Surprise Baby.
Yes, I don't know what to think of that. Jordan Childs taken off. Great week goes on.
All owner induced, apparently. Anyway, they pay the bills.
Well, interesting times.
We have that
All
bloke
right, mate.
we have that bloke ringing in June looking for rides.
He didn't ring this year.
No, we had nothing for him.
No, nothing good enough.
Anyway.
All right, mate. Well, that's it for this week. I'm Darren Dans with Peter Morganti. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe. Wear your mask. And I reckon you should follow Matt Kamani. Cheers for now.
See you guys.